It was a cold, desolate night in the heart of Site-19. Dr. Alexander Gears, a senior researcher at the SCP Foundation, sat alone in his dimly lit office. He had spent years delving into the darkest mysteries of the unknown, but tonight he faced a revelation that would shake the very foundations of his beliefs. SCP-001, the most enigmatic and classified anomaly in the Foundation's vast collection, had always been a subject of intrigue and fear. It was the Pandora's box of anomalies, rumored to hold the secrets of creation and destruction. Tonight, Dr. Gears was granted the dubious honor of accessing the containment chamber. As he approached the chamber, his footsteps echoed in the empty corridor, a haunting reminder of his solitude. The door slid open, revealing a chamber bathed in an eerie crimson light. At its center was a massive, fractured machine, like a colossal puzzle waiting to be solved. Gears approached the machine cautiously, his gloved hands trembling as he reached out to touch its cold, metallic surface. He had read the reports, seen the sketches, and heard the whispered legends, but nothing could prepare him for the sheer magnitude of SCP-001. The machine was a grotesque fusion of man and machine, a monstrosity that defied the laws of physics. It seemed to pulse with a rhythmic mechanical heartbeat, as if it were alive, or perhaps something even more sinister. Gears swallowed hard, his throat dry, and activated the recording device on his wrist. Dr. Alexander Gears, recording my initial observations of SCP-001, he began, his voice quivering with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The machine, if that's even an accurate term for it, appears to be a hybrid of organic and mechanical components. Its purpose remains unknown, but it radiates a palpable aura of power. He continued to document his findings, meticulously cataloging the bizarre symbols etched into the machine's surface and the faint hum that seemed to emanate from its core. As he worked, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, that the machine itself was aware of his presence. Hours turned into days as Gears delved deeper into SCP-001. He discovered ancient texts hidden within the machine's recesses, inscriptions that spoke of a deity known as the Broken God. The deity, it seemed, had been disassembled and imprisoned within this mechanical abomination, a fate worse than death. The more Gears read, the more he came to understand the true nature of SCP-001. The Broken God was a deity of creation and destruction, a being that had once held dominion over the cosmos. But, in a moment of hubris, it had been shattered into countless pieces by its own creations, a pantheon of mechanical deities known as the Sarkics. The Sarkics, it appeared, had sought to usurp the power of the Broken God, and in doing so, they had sundered their creature into fragments, each imbued with a fraction of its godly power. These fragments, scattered across the universe, became the source of countless anomalies that the SCP Foundation had spent centuries cataloging and containing. As Gears delved deeper into the machine's history, he uncovered a tragic tale of redemption and despair. The Broken God had once been a benevolent deity, a force for creation and order. But its fall from grace had left it broken and corrupted, a mere shadow of its former self. The machine, it seemed, was a prison that contained not only the Broken God, but also the hope of its redemption. The Sarkics had created the machine as a means of harnessing the Broken God's power, but they had inadvertently trapped themselves in their own creation, forever bound to the deity they had sought to destroy. Gears felt a profound sense of sorrow as he realized the implications of his discovery. The Foundation's mission had always been to contain and protect humanity from the anomalous. But here, in the heart of SCP-001, he had uncovered a tragedy of cosmic proportions. The machine, it seemed, was not just a prison, but also a conduit through which the Broken God's power could be channeled. If the machine were ever to be activated, it could bring about untold devastation, unleashing the full might of a deity that had been shattered and corrupted. Gears knew that he had to make a choice: a choice that would shape the fate of the world. He could activate the machine, harnessing the power of the broken god and potentially saving humanity from the countless anomalies that plagued it. Or he could destroy the machine, ensuring that the broken god remained imprisoned and the Sarkics trapped in their eternal torment. As he stood before the machine, the weight of the world on his shoulders, Gears knew that there were no easy answers. The broken god's lament echoed through the chamber, a mournful cry for redemption. And in that moment, Dr. Alexander Gears faced a choice that would define his legacy, a choice between salvation and damnation, creation and destruction. And with a heavy heart, he made his decision. As Dr. Gears activated the self-destruct sequence, the chamber began to shake violently. The machina, the prison of the broken god, crumbled into pieces, its crimson light fading into darkness. The echoes of the deity's lament grew fainter until they were silenced forever. Dr. Gears emerged from the chamber, his mission complete. He knew that the world would never know the truth of what lay within SCP-001, the cosmic tragedy that had unfolded in the shadows. But he also knew that he had made the right choice, that he had protected humanity from a power it could never hope to control. And as he walked away from the shattered remnants of SCP-001, he couldn't help but wonder if somewhere, out in the vast expanse of the universe, the broken god's fragments still lingered, waiting for a chance at redemption.
In the heart of rural Maine, nestled deep within a dense forest, stood an unassuming, centuries-old mansion. The locals referred to it as the Whitfield House. Though it had been vacant for generations, rumors persisted about the strange occurrences within its walls. The most chilling legend told of a room that was not part of the original floor plan, a room that seemed to have a life of its own. Dr. Emily Hayes, a renowned researcher for the SCP Foundation, received a cryptic message from an anonymous source. The message contained a set of coordinates and a single enigmatic sentence. "The living room awaits your arrival." Intrigued by the message's apparent connection to SCP-002, a notorious anomaly known as the living room, Emily decided to investigate. She contacted her colleague, Dr. James Monroe, and together they embarked on a journey into the heart of Maine. The winding forest path led them to the Whitfield House, where ivy-covered walls and mossy stone steps gave the mansion an eerie, timeless quality. Emily and James approached the front door cautiously, their flashlights cutting through the encroaching darkness. As they pushed the heavy door open, the scent of old wood and dust filled the air. Their footsteps echoed through the grand foyer as they ventured deeper into the mansion. Cobwebs hung like veils from the ceiling, and the wallpaper, once elegant, had faded into a ghostly pattern. After hours of exploration, Emily and James discovered a hidden door, concealed behind a bookshelf in a forgotten corner of the mansion. It led to a narrow corridor that eventually opened into a room that defied explanation. It was the living room. The living room appeared as if it had been ripped from a different reality and stitched into the fabric of the Whitfield house. The walls, ceiling, and floor were composed of pulsating, organic material, like the interior of a living organism. The room's size seemed to shift and adapt, as if it could expand or contract at will. In the center of the room floated a massive, amorphous entity, SCP-002. Its surface was a swirling mass of colors and shapes, constantly shifting and undulating. It resembled a chaotic, ever-changing painting that defied the laws of physics. Emily and James approached cautiously, their fascination battling their fear. The room's strange, organic structure seemed to respond to their presence, stretching out tendrils of flesh-like material towards them. They could feel a gentle, almost comforting energy emanating from SCP-02. "Is it sentient?" James whispered, his voice trembling. Emily shook her head. "I'm not sure. But one thing's for certain. This is unlike anything we've encountered before." the two researchers decided to set up their equipment and conduct a series of tests. They discovered that SCP-002 was capable of manipulating its surroundings, reshaping the room to suit its needs. It could create furniture, lighting, and even change the temperature at will. It seemed to respond to their thoughts and desires, adapting to their wishes. As days turned into weeks, Emily and James became increasingly immersed in their research. They found themselves spending more and more time inside the living room, unable to tear themselves away from its enigmatic allure. Emily and James grew obsessed with SCP-002, neglecting their duties and responsibilities with the Foundation. They believed they were on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery, convinced that the living room held the key to understanding the very nature of reality. They conducted experiments, attempting to communicate with SCP-002 through a series of symbols and gestures. To their amazement, the entity responded with its own ever-shifting patterns of color and form. It was as if they were engaged in a silent cosmic conversation. But as their obsession deepened, they began to experience strange and unsettling phenomena. They would have vivid dreams of otherworldly landscapes and bizarre creatures. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist around them, as if the living room's influence was seeping into the mansion and the forest beyond. One evening, Emily and James made a shocking discovery. They stumbled upon a hidden chamber within the living room, an alcove filled with what appeared to be ancient tomes and scrolls. The books were written in a language they couldn't understand, filled with diagrams and illustrations that defied comprehension. The researchers began to translate the texts, slowly uncovering the secrets of SCP-002. It was not just an anomaly, it was a gateway to other dimensions, a bridge to realms beyond human understanding. The entity was a guardian of knowledge, offering glimpses into the vast cosmic tapestry of existence. As Emily and James delved deeper into the mysteries of the living room, they became increasingly disconnected from the outside world. They lost track of time, forgetting the passage of days and nights. Their physical bodies weakened, and their minds were consumed by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. The Foundation grew concerned about their absence and dispatched a team to investigate. The team arrived at the Whitfield house, only to find the mansion in a state of disrepair, with no sign of Emily and James. The hidden door to the living room had vanished, leaving behind only solid wall. Desperate to find their missing colleagues, the Foundation team began a painstaking search of the mansion. They scoured every room and corridor, even conducting scans for anomalous energy signatures. But the living room remained hidden, a secret known only to Emily and James. Inside the living room, the two researchers had become one with SCP-002, their consciousness merging with the entity's ever-shifting form. They had transcended the boundaries of human understanding, becoming beings of pure thought and energy. They now existed as part of the cosmic tapestry, witnesses to the secrets of the universe. The Foundation's search for Emily and James yielded no results, and they were eventually declared missing, presumed lost to an anomalous event. The Whitfield house was classified as an unsafe location, and the mansion was sealed off from the public. Years passed, and the living room remained hidden from the world. It continued to pulse and shift, its secrets known only to those who had ventured into its depths. It was a place of wonder and terror, a doorway to realms beyond imagination. The legend of the living room persisted, passed down through generations in the small town of Maine. Some believed it to be a cursed place, while others thought it held the key to enlightenment. But one thing was certain: SCP-002 remained a mystery, a living enigma that defied explanation. And so, in the heart of rural Maine, the living room waited, its secrets hidden away, its guardians lost to the cosmos, and its true purpose known only to the universe itself.
In the darkest corner of an abandoned research facility, Dr. Evelyn Carter stared at the massive, pulsating anomaly before her. Known as SCP-003, it was the most enigmatic and potentially dangerous anomaly the Foundation had ever encountered. Evelyn's fascination with SCP-003 began years ago when she stumbled upon an old file hidden deep within the Foundation's archives. The file contained fragmented reports, vague references, and cryptic descriptions of a living machine with the power to reshape reality itself. As she delved deeper into the lore surrounding SCP-003, she uncovered rumors of a secret research project carried out decades ago, one that had ultimately been abandoned due to the peril it posed. Her obsession led her to this clandestine facility, hoping to uncover the truth behind the heart of the machine. Evelyn had spent months infiltrating the facility, avoiding security patrols, and bypassing complex security systems. She had seen the signs of past experiments, scorched walls, broken machinery, and the remnants of once occupied laboratories. In the depths of the facility, she finally found the chamber housing SCP-003. It was a colossal heart-shaped entity suspended within a glass containment vessel, wires and cables protruding from its surface like veins and arteries. Dr. Carter could feel its power emanating from within, a low resonating hum that seemed to penetrate her very soul. The legends were true. SCP-003 was a living machine, an anomaly that blurred the line between technology and biology. As she gazed upon the entity, she couldn't help but wonder about its origin and purpose. What had the scientists who had created it hoped to achieve? And why had they abandoned their work, sealing it away in secrecy? Evelyn knew that her search for answers wouldn't be easy. She needed allies, individuals who shared her curiosity and who were willing to risk everything to uncover the truth. She reached out to a network of researchers and informants, assembling a team of like-minded individuals. Among them was Dr. Daniel Harris, a brilliant physicist with a reputation for pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge. He had always been drawn to anomalies like SCP-003, and he couldn't resist the allure of unraveling its mysteries. Together, they delved into the facility's archives, scouring decades-old research notes, logs, and classified documents. They discovered a hidden cache of information, including detailed accounts of the experiments that had been conducted on SCP-003. It became clear that the living machine had been a product of a top-secret collaboration between the government and a clandestine organization known as the Syndicate. The Syndicate's intentions had been far from altruistic, and their experiments with SCP-003 had pushed the boundaries of ethics and sanity. As Evelyn and Daniel continued their research, they uncovered the true nature of SCP-003's abilities. The living machine had the power to rewrite the laws of reality itself, reshaping the world according to the desires of those who controlled it. The Syndicate had sought to harness this power for their own gain, using SCP-003 to manipulate the fabric of existence. Their experiments had led to catastrophic consequences, unleashing anomalies that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of the universe. Evelyn and Daniel realized the danger of SCP-003 falling into the wrong hands. They couldn't allow the living machine's power to be wielded for destructive purposes, nor could they stand by and let it remain hidden in the shadows. Their quest for answers became a mission to contain SCP-003 to prevent its power from being unleashed upon the world. But doing so would require them to navigate a treacherous path filled with obstacles, including the relentless pursuit of the Syndicate. As Evelyn and Daniel's journey took them across continents and through a labyrinth of secrets and lies, they faced the ultimate choice: to destroy SCP-003 or to find a way to neutralize its power. But the living machine was not easily contained, and it fought back with a vengeance, unleashing reality-warping anomalies that threatened to consume them. In a final, desperate showdown, Evelyn and Daniel confronted the heart of the machine. With the knowledge they had gathered, they attempted to sever its connection to the fabric of reality, risking their lives to save the world from the power it possessed. In the end, They succeeded in neutralizing SCP-003's power, preventing it from being used for destructive purposes. But the living machine remained a mystery, its true origins and purpose hidden in the annals of history. Evelyn and Daniel went their separate ways, their mission complete, but their curiosity forever unsatisfied. The heart of the machine remained a symbol of the uncharted territories of science. As they walked away from the containment chamber, they couldn't help but wonder what other anomalies lay hidden in the depths of the Foundation's archives, waiting to be uncovered by those who dared to seek the truth.
Deep within the recesses of Site-19, a nondescript door led to a chamber known only as the Locker. Within that chamber rested a singular artifact, SCP-004, more commonly referred to as the Scarlet Lock. It was an enigma wrapped in layers of mystery, an object that defied explanation and radiated an eerie energy that seemed to warp the very air around it. For years, the SCP Foundation had struggled to unlock the secrets of the Scarlet Lock. The most brilliant minds had attempted to decipher its mysteries, but all had failed. The lock was impervious to any form of analysis, and any attempt to tamper with it resulted in dire consequences. Dr. Samuel O'Connor was the latest researcher assigned to the enigmatic SCP-004. He had a reputation for his unyielding determination and a knack for unraveling the most perplexing of anomalies. His colleagues often joked that he had a knack for understanding the unexplainable, which is why he had been chosen for this assignment. Dr. O'Connor had never seen the inside of the locker before. Its containment was considered one of the highest security measures within the Foundation. Armed guards flanked him as he approached the chamber. A retinal scan and a series of complex passcodes later, the massive steel door swung open. The room beyond was dimly lit, and the air was heavy with anticipation. In the center of the room stood the Scarlet Lock, a seemingly ordinary lock and handle affixed to a wooden doorframe. But there was nothing ordinary about it. Its crimson hue seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly glow, and a faint, eerie hum resonated from its core. The previous researchers had left detailed notes, their faces etched with frustration and exhaustion in the faded photographs affixed to the chamber's walls. Dr. O'Connor pored over their work, trying to glean any insights that might have eluded his predecessors. He couldn't help but wonder why this particular anomaly had captured the attention of so many before him. In his quest to understand the lock, Dr. O'Connor devised a series of experiments, each more daring than the last. He began with simple observations, documenting the lock's reactions to different forms of stimulus. It was as if the lock had a consciousness of its own, responding to his every move. The first time he tried to pick the lock, a surge of searing pain shot through his fingers, leaving them blistered and scorched. He could feel the lock's malevolence, a sentience that defied explanation. It was as if the lock knew he was trying to unlock its secrets and would stop at nothing to protect them. Undeterred, Dr. O'Connor moved on to more advanced experiments, including exposing the lock to various forms of energy and radiation. Each attempt ended in failure, with the lock absorbing the energy and emanating an eerie crimson glow that seemed to seep into the very walls of the locker. As Dr. O'Connor delved deeper into his research, he began to experience vivid and unsettling dreams. In these dreams, he would find himself standing before the Scarlet Lock, its glow intensifying with each passing moment. It beckoned to him, promising knowledge beyond imagination. In these dreams, Dr. O'Connor would attempt to speak with the lock, to understand its purpose and origin. But the lock remained silent, its secrets locked away behind a wall of impenetrable mystery. The dreams left him exhausted and disoriented, and he couldn't shake the feeling that the lock was somehow invading his thoughts. He confided in his fellow researchers, but they could offer no solace. It was as if the lock had a mind of its own, and it was driving him to the brink of obsession. As weeks turned into months, Dr. O'Connor's obsession with the Scarlet Lock grew. He spent long hours in the locker, attempting to communicate with the enigmatic artifact. He could feel its presence in his mind, a constant, oppressive force that left him feeling isolated and paranoid. One evening, as he worked late in the chamber, he heard a voice, faint and distant. It was the voice of a researcher who had died years earlier, a voice that should have been silenced forever. The voice whispered to him, urging him to unlock the lock's secrets. Dr. O'Connor knew that the voice was a manifestation of his own obsession, a product of his deteriorating mental state, but he couldn't resist its call. He felt an overwhelming urge to do whatever it took to unlock the lock, to uncover the mysteries that had eluded him for so long. As the lock's power surged through Dr. O'Connor, he knew what had to be done. He had to become one with the lock, to merge his consciousness with its ancient sentience. It was the only way to ensure that the lock's secrets would remain hidden and that its power would not be unleashed upon the world. With a final, selfless act, Dr. O'Connor willingly surrendered himself to the lock. His body dissolved into a cascade of energy, merging with the lock's crimson glow. His colleagues watched in awe and horror as he became one with the enigmatic artifact. The lock's glow faded, and Dr. O'Connor's consciousness became a part of its ever-watchful sentience. He would forever guard the secrets contained within, ensuring that they would remain hidden from those who sought to exploit its power. The locker was sealed once more, its secrets and its guardian hidden from the world. The Foundation would continue to study SCP-004, but they would never fully understand its true nature. Dr. O'Connor's sacrifice had ensured that the lock's power remained contained, but at a great cost. His name would be added to the list of those who had given everything in the pursuit of understanding the unexplainable. And so, the enigma of the Scarlet Lock continued to haunt the halls of Site-19, a reminder of the mysteries that remained beyond human comprehension. It was a guardian of reality, a sentinel that watched over the secrets of the universe, forever hidden from the prying eyes of those who dared to seek its power.
The SCP Foundation, in its pursuit of the extraordinary and the anomalous, had encountered countless enigmas that defied explanation. But among them, SCP-005 stood as a singular marvel, a key that could open any lock, defy any encryption, and unravel any secret. It was a relic of unknown origin and limitless potential, a source of both fascination and trepidation. The story of SCP-005 began in the small town of Redwood, where a nondescript antique shop held the key to an extraordinary mystery. It was there that Dr. Emily Hayes, a researcher with the SCP Foundation, first encountered the enigmatic object. The antique shop, known as Thompson's Treasures, was a dusty, forgotten place filled with relics of the past. Emily had been browsing through the cluttered shelves when she stumbled upon a peculiar key, unlike any she had ever seen. It was made of an unknown metal, intricately carved with intricate patterns, and exuded an otherworldly aura. The shop's proprietor, Mr. Thompson, had no knowledge of the key's origins. He had acquired it from an estate sale, and it had languished in his shop for years, attracting little interest from customers. Intrigued by the key's unusual properties, Emily purchased it, believing it might have connections to other anomalies a Foundation had encountered. Little did she know that this key would unlock secrets beyond her wildest imagination. Upon returning to the SCP Foundation's research facility, Emily immediately set to work studying SCP-005. She soon discovered its extraordinary abilities. The key could open any physical lock, regardless of complexity or technology, and it could also interface with electronic and digital security systems, bypassing encryption with ease. Emily conducted a series of experiments, unlocking doors, safes, and vaults with unparalleled precision. It became evident that SCP-005's potential was not limited to security systems. It could open portals to uncharted realms of knowledge and exploration. However, it was not without risks. Emily's experiments with SCP-005 attracted the attention of other researchers, some of whom believed the key was too dangerous to be left unchecked. They argued that its true origins and purpose remained unknown, and its potential for misuse could be catastrophic. As Emily delved deeper into the mysteries of SCP-005, she began to experience strange phenomena. When she held the key, she could hear whispers, voices from beyond, speaking in languages she couldn't comprehend. They seemed to offer guidance, but their intentions remained unclear. One evening, while alone in her research lab, Emily had a vision. She saw herself standing before a colossal, ancient door covered in arcane symbols. SCP-005 was in her hand, and it trembled as if alive. The whispers grew louder, urging her to unlock the door and discover the truth. Driven by a compulsion she couldn't resist, Emily used SCP-005 to open a hidden chamber within the Foundation's facility, a chamber that had remained sealed for centuries. Inside, she found an artifact of unparalleled significance, a relic that held the answers to the origins of SCP-005. The artifact was a tome, a book bound in alien materials, its pages filled with incomprehensible symbols and diagrams. Emily, guided by the whispers and her insatiable curiosity, began to decipher its contents. It revealed a history of ancient civilizations, advanced beings, and a cosmic struggle that transcended human comprehension. The key, SCP-005, was a creation of these advanced beings, a gift to humanity, intended to unlock the vast knowledge and potential of the universe. But with great power came great responsibility, and the key had fallen into the wrong hands throughout history, leading to chaos and destruction. Emily realized that the key was not just a tool, it was a test. It tested the intentions and wisdom of those who wielded it. She understood that the whispers were the voices of the beings who had created the key, guiding her toward a greater understanding. As Emily continued to study the tome and unlock the knowledge it contained, she became aware of a growing conflict within the Foundation. Some believed that SCP-005 should be used to further their own goals, to gain power and control over the anomalous. Others, like Emily, believe it should be protected, its secrets safeguarded from those who sought to exploit them. The conflict escalated, leading to a rift within the Foundation itself. Emily found herself facing not only external threats, but also internal divisions that threatened to tear the organization apart. In a climactic confrontation, Emily used SCP-005 to open a portal to the realm of the advanced beings, hoping to find answers and guidance. What she discovered, there was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a realm of cosmic forces and ancient knowledge that transcended human comprehension. In the end, Emily faced a choice. She could stay in a realm of the advanced beings, embracing the boundless knowledge and power it offered, or return to the human world, using her newfound understanding to protect SCP-005 and the Foundation from those who would misuse it. Emily chose to return, knowing that the key was both a gift and a test. It was a symbol of humanity's potential to unlock the mysteries of the universe, but it also carried the responsibility to wield that power wisely. She worked tirelessly to reconcile the divisions within the Foundation, ensuring that SCP-005 remained protected and its secrets guarded. The key became a symbol of hope and enlightenment, a beacon of knowledge in the darkness of the anomalous world. Emily's story became legendary within the SCP Foundation. She was revered as a guardian of SCP-005 and a symbol of the Foundation's commitment to understanding and containing the anomalous. The key, once a source of division, became a unifying force, a reminder of the potential for both wonder and danger that lay hidden in the unknown. As for Emily, she continued her research, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to unlock the mysteries of the universe. She knew that the key was just one of many anomalies, each holding its own secrets and challenges. But with the knowledge she had gained, she was better prepared than ever to face the enigmas that awaited her. And so, the story of SCP-005 became a testament to the enduring quest for knowledge and the responsibility that comes with wielding the power to unlock the unknown. It served as a reminder that the boundaries of human understanding are ever expanding, and that the mysteries of the universe are both awe-inspiring and humbling.